Hi everyone, it's Wendy here from Encore Living. I hope you're having a great day. I wanted to talk to you about one of my favorite subjects in the world, and I think I'll do a series of about 5. You won't see them all at the same time, but yeah, I think it's 5 different subjects on it. So it's travel. I was a travel advisor for 11 years pre-COVID, and I really, really enjoyed it. If you've read my book, you know that in my early 50s, I decided to seek out a new second half. And looking around, I decided, well, I've always wanted to be in the travel business. And I've thought about it many times, and it's either now or never. Whether I've got the money or I don't, I'm going to do it. So what I did was I went back to school, to college full time, and I worked part time at the law office where I was working, and I became a travel agent and travel advisor. So when I was finished my courses and everything, I decided that I wanted to work for myself from home. So I formed my own company and built my own website, and I discuss all that in the book. But anyway, I got into it and I did it for 11 years, and then COVID hit and basically put me out of business. Now, a lot of the people that I worked with they were younger than me, so most of them took part-time jobs or just changed gears for a while, got into retail because you couldn't sell travel anymore. You weren't allowed to travel, so how in the world were you going to make an income? So with government help, I kept going for a while, and anyway, I had to get out of the business. But those 11 years, I learned so much. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I found out that being a travel agent is more about sales than it is anything else. Your knowledge has to be about travel. You have to know everything that somebody may ask you, whether you have a small budget or a large budget. You need to know your stuff. And I found that I didn't want to just cover everything. I wanted a niche. And my niche was going to be people over 40. And I figured, rightly so, that if I was a customer and I was looking for someone to help me book my travel, I would want someone around my own age, because somebody in their 20s who may be very good at travel, they have no idea really how I want to travel, what I need to travel. And because I think people over at in their second half, whether you're 50 or you're 80, you need somebody who has a pretty good idea of what an older traveler needs. And so that's what I did. So through trial and error, I finally got on with a terrific travel company called Vision Travel at the time. I think it's something else now. And it was associated with one of the most wonderful companies in the world. It was a luxury company called Virtuoso Travel out of the United States. And they handled basically high-end travel. And you had to be at a certain level of experience and be able to know what you're doing. And it was expensive, so I didn't join it personally. I shouldn't do that to my microphone. I joined a travel company in Canada that belonged to Virtuoso. So I had all these amenities, all these people, on hand to help me get going, to help me book things. And if I wasn't experienced in some countries, they had people they were called on-sites, who could help you book tours and things. And they lived in the country they were in, and they would help us put things together. But I'm getting off topic here. It was just wonderful. So anyway, today I want to talk to you about hiring a travel advisor or a travel agent. Now, quite a while ago, when I was booking and before then, travel agents people would contact them to get information on how to book this and what it would cost to do that and blah, blah, blah. And then they would turn around and go and book it themselves. And that was really disheartening because you have all this experience and you share it with somebody with the expectation they're going to book it with you, and then they go online and they book it themselves. And more often than not, they will come right back to you a couple, maybe a month or so later, and say, "Oh my God, I can't change this. I can't do this. What do I do?" And you say, well, if you'd have booked through me, I would be handling it for you, but you didn't. You went online and you booked with one of the companies online, which are not, by the way, some of the people you're talking to on the phone are not travel agents. They're they're people who are selling products. They're, what do you call those people? They're salespeople. They're not selling travel. They just sell anything. You know, they represent the company that you're going through, and they don't represent you. They represent, you know, a company like, okay, let's say Carnival or something like that. They represent them. They don't represent you. Travel agents represent you, true ones. So anyway, I'm going to give you a bit of a rundown on what a true travel agent does. And since I told you that a lot of people do this sort of things, travel agents, post-COVID, when they got back to work, charge fees for their services. Now, a lot of people think, oh, well, they make commission. Why should they charge me a fee? Because they are working for you. Like I said, they're not working for the airline or the hotel. They're representing you. So everything they do is with you first in mind. So I want to tell you a little bit about that. Like if you decided to book a trip and something goes wrong, something goes sideways, and your flight gets canceled, or there's a hurricane and you can't go, and all these things can happen. Anything can happen. The hotel gets overbooked, or your flight gets overbooked. Your travel advisor is your advocate. You don't have to phone the hotel. You phone your travel agent, and they will take care of it for you. That's their job. That's what I did. And that happens. It happens more often than not. The schedules get changed and weather conditions are such. Who's going to get your money back? Who's going to book your next trip, you know, if you only have a credit instead of getting money back? Your agent's going to take care of that for you. It's all taken care of, and it is worth it. You know, some travel advisors, if it's a very small thing that you want them to do, they may charge you $50. If you want a whole trip done and it's got lots of different things going on, they may charge you, you know, I know some that charges thousands of dollars. But for a simple trip, I think it's probably, now I'm out of the business, so I can't guarantee my prices are right, but you'll be quoted a price before anything happens. So it's usually, I think, a few $100s. Yeah, but anyway, you know, if you all just want hotel reservations or something, it might just be about 50, but you check with your travel agent. Anyway, so I wanted to also give you a rundown on exactly what they do for you and why it is so worth it to get an agent or an advisor to represent you, because they're talking for you. As I said, they're not representing the Fairmont hotels, they're representing you going to the Fairmont hotels, and Fairmont is a part of their Virtuoso group, so you're getting maybe a deal with Fairmont, but as the client, your travel agent is going to be able to get you special deals because of their connections with the company. Okay? So anyway, let's start here. First thing you want to do is you want to find a travel agent that specializes in what you want. And in my case, it was my niche was travelers over 50 and luxury. And so you have to find someone, you know, you talk to them and you find out if they're a good fit for you. You know, well, you could say, I don't have a really big budget. This is my budget. And you have to be specific about that, you know. But anyway, so you talk to your agent and they'll say, yes, I can help you. I can do all that for you. I can make great recommendations to you on different, let's say it's a hotel, on different hotels. And a travel agent, a travel advisor, can get you exactly what you want. Okay, so you say you want to stay at a hotel looking over the Mediterranean. And you say, I want a view. I want a really good view. So I don't know the hotel, you know, and so they can get you that. They will check with their people at that hotel, and they have connections at the hotels who will get you exactly what you want. The exact view, the exact direction. You know, like if you're on a ship, you want to be port side, you want to be starboard, uh, and and depending on, well, I want to see the coastline. Oh, well, you'll be traveling this way on this cruise, so you're going to want port. So okay, so things like that, they handle that for you. They know all that stuff, and they have connections at every hotel, at every cruise ship that you want to go on. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you want specific things, now a lot of times you'll go online and you'll see this great deal. Oh, I can see at this fantastic hotel and it's only this amount of money, and I'm going to go and I'm going to book it myself. And then you will find out that that price is an entry level. You are going to have, it could be noisy. The area around where your room is, it could be noisy. It could be a view of the parking lot. You don't know that. You don't know. Or you could have maybe a forest view or a ocean view. All those things, you know, nobody's telling you that. You have seen a price and a company or a hotel or a cruise ship, and you're saying, that's a great price, I'm going to book that. And then you find out that it is the bottom of the boat or the basement of the hotel, and you had no idea, and you can't cancel it, and you can't do anything about it because you're locked in if you booked online. So those are things you have to consider. Your travel advisor will make sure that that doesn't happen. And if it does, they will make it right for you. Okay? So let's say that your flight, let's say there's a hurricane and everything's canceled. And oh my God, what do I do? Well, you phone your travel agent. You don't phone the hotel. You don't phone the ship. You phone your agent, and they will take care of everything for you. If you are stuck in another country and you can't get back because something's happened, your agent will take care of that for you. They will get you out. While everybody else is at the airport screaming and yelling about how the heck do I get out of here? My flight's canceled. Your agent will do it all in the back end, and they will figure it out for you. And they will say, yep, you go here, and we'll take care of it for you. It's all been handled for you. And that's the truth. That's what they're paid to do. Okay, so you find a good one, and you handle it with them. See, what else can I tell you? So So income levels, it's not a problem. It's just you have to find the right person. Okay, some people can handle, if you want to go on a package deal, there are lots of agents out there who can do package deals for you, and they can tell you exactly what you get and exactly what you don't get, and what your cancellation dates are, and what things like this that a lot of people, if you book it online, you don't know any of that unless you're willing to read all those pages and pages of fine print. And believe me, when I became an agent, I realized I had to read all that fine print. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was, but once you read it, you know what to look for. I know what to look for, and I pass it on to my clients, make sure that they know everything up front, what's included and what's not. Okay, so that's about all I wanted to tell you. It's find an agent who fits your age, fits what kind of travel you like to do, fits your budget. Okay, so those are very important things. Somebody knowledgeable, and somebody who may be associated with a company like Virtuoso, and there are others out there, but Virtuoso was the one I was associated with Vision Travel. And down below my video, you will find their website, so you can take a look at it and see if it's a good fit for you. Okay, all right. So anyway, once you've done that, you've picked your agent. And you've got the right price range and everything. And one thing that used to drive me crazy is I would say to a client, I'd say, well, what's your budget? And it's, oh, well, whatever you think is good for that kind of a trip. And I can tell, and I want to say to those people, I can book you a trip for a few $1,000s, or I can book you a trip for $80,000. What's a good fit for you? What is your budget? You know, because if I don't know that, I've had clients flying, doing tours of China at $150,000. You know, if that's not you, you say so. You know, no, my budget is $3,000. You know, and that's to get me there and back, not just the hotel or not just the ship or not just the tour. It is all inclusive. That's how much I can afford. And that's what your agent will be dealing with. She will work that out for you, and she'll give you options. Okay, she'll also put you with people that are good. Not, for example, okay, Carnival. I would have people say, I want to book a cruise. I saw this cruise online. It's with Carnival. It's a really good price. And I have to say, I say, if you want to book Carnival, you go ahead, but I will not book it for you because I don't like them, I don't recommend them, and if you go on it and you hate it, you're going to blame me. And so I'm going to tell you right now, no, that's not something I work with, okay? So, and I think you'll find that with most travel agents, they are going to be very honest with you. You know, if you see something out there that says, oh, well, I can go to Alaska for $500. So, or $399 or something, and yeah, you can go there. You'll be at the bottom of the ship. If you're looking at that particular price point, you'll be at the bottom of the ship, and you will have to book your own flight back. And it doesn't include drinks, and it doesn't include this, and it doesn't, oh, well, I didn't know that. Yeah. So anyway, that's another video of cruising. Okay, so anyway, I think I've covered what I wanted to. Yeah. Yep, that's it. Okay, so yes, I absolutely suggest that you book a travel agent and or travel advisor, depending on who you're working with, because they're knowledgeable and they will get you what you want, and you won't be looking to help yourself when things go sideways. All right, that's all I got for today. So as I said, below is the Virtuoso website, because they are really wonderful, and they do everything from top end to probably medium, and you'll get an idea of some great ideas, just great ideas. Okay, I'm babbling now, so I'll talk to you later, and if you like the content, you like what I got to say, then please subscribe, follow me, and for sure make a comment below if you want to ask me a question. So I think the next one I'm going to do is going to be on cruise ships. And if you say, I hate cruising, well, you don't hate cruising. You hate the ship you were on. You were on the wrong ship. So we can talk about that next time. All right? Talk to you later. Bye-bye.